Great. How are you doing, Mr. Carey?
Not good.
So tell me a little bit what's going on. I have not received anything following up your son's interview, so I was wondering if you had gotten any update.
No, I won't. I don't get them until today. Well, they should have went. We should have went last week, well, the week before, and last week wasn't my weekend, and I haven't been comfortable about that.
Okay.
So I found out something today.
Did you get confirmation at least from your ex-wife that she actually took your son to the interview?
I don't know. I didn't ask them. I don't talk to them.
Okay, I understand.
She has to, right?
I'm sorry?
But she has to, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she has to since Judge
Yeah,
Beecham.
she should have because she called me right after it was over. She was trying to set the appointment then, but the lady was wanting to do it the next day, and I was like, I didn't think I'm gonna do it.
Oh, okay. So we have no confirmation that the interview actually took place at this point.
Right? No, I don't.
Okay, and the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is that I actually was reviewing the record of your case, and I saw that there's a citation that has been issued by the Attorney General. So my question to you is, Mr. Carey, are you actually paying child support right now?
Yeah, it's automatic. It comes out automatic.
So do you have any idea of why the Attorney General would have issued a citation? Because usually it's for two reasons. Either
Because she wants a review. Because she wants more money. That's why.
I thought that she had already filed for that.
Yeah, she did, and she filed for it already, and then we were supposed to go down there, but they never told me any papers, so I never did.
Oh, okay, I understand now. So that is still the original request that she had filed.
Yeah, and
Okay.
when it started taking place, I guess it started taking place in around June, I guess. And because the way it went was, I did get a letter. Because I have 3 kids, so 7 twins in jail. So when the letter comes, like, I kind of ignore them, because, like, I literally do everything I'm supposed to do. Like, there's no, like, why do you want more money? Because I pay $650 for seniors, and I pay $500 for him. And anything extra, like, I pay for. So I don't understand the reason for wanting more money. Like, I don't.
Right.
And to this point, I've never had a problem.
Right.
So she called me on a Sunday. She was like, "Did you get a letter?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, I threw it away. What's up?" And she said, "Oh, I got a letter saying that they want to review." She lied to me. She was like, "I got a letter saying that we need to come down for a review." And I was like, "Oh, well, I heard that if you don't want a review, you don't have to have one. So, I mean, you good, right? I'm not going." I'm like, "You good, right?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And that was it. And the next morning, she sent me a text saying, "You didn't come to the meeting." I was like, "What meeting?" And she said, "We were supposed to have a review." And I said, "I thought we determined yesterday that we were good." Like, no, I wasn't going to come to that. And she was like, "Oh, well, you need to call the lady." So I called this lady, and she was telling me that we had been 7 years since we had a review, and we need to do a review. And like, I was supposed to be paying like $700 a month. And I was like, "Man, I can't afford that." It's what I'm thinking to myself. But like, why do you need $700 a month? Like, you literally get $500 free, and I do everything else. Like, I'm being so serious with you. Anybody that knows me knows this is true.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Well, no, if that's the case." So I started talking to Jay, and I was like, "Well, you understand, you can kind of decide where you want to live, right?" And we started having this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Yeah, I've been wanting to come to that for a while." I was like, "Well, maybe we should just pursue it."
Right.
So, and then that's where we are now. So I started with the small legal right thing. And I'm not going to that, because like, she doesn't do what she's supposed to do with that money. I know you hear this like all the time, but like, I'm so serious, man. I spent a lot of money. I do without stuff for myself to take care of my kids, man. And like, you want more money, like, and in the winter time, like, I don't even work as many hours in the summer. So the bulk of my money coming in the summertime, if I pay $700 a month, I would literally drown in the time.
Right.
I can't afford that. So if you need more money, just give it to me and you don't have to give me nothing. I mean, you want to live with me anyway. So that's my standpoint.
Right. No, I definitely get that. And I mean, you just summarized pretty much the whole conversation that you and I have been having for a couple of months now.
Right.
So I know what I was really, I mean, when I saw that the AG had issued a citation, I really thought that something new had happened, because usually they do it in two situations, which are either you are not paying child support or you are late on your child support. So I was afraid that something had happened.
Because I was going to go and get a printout, but I never could figure out how, like, as a part of it. You know, I had, like, my ducks in the room pretty much when I was trying to go to court. So I was going to find out how to get a printout to show, like, I pay, like, faithfully.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, this. No. Don't worry about it. If it goes through the AG and it's done automatically, don't worry about that. There is really no issue, and I don't think that your wife and your ex-wife, I'm sorry, actually even mentioned that you were late on your payments or anything like that. So all this is really going to go to the amount. You know, normally the court is always reluctant in reviewing child support unless there has been a material substantial difference in, I guess, the income that you are actually getting now. But I know that what you are looking for right now is really to get custody of your son. So we just need to come down to the bottom of whether she took him or not to the interview, and then get the summary of the interview. But I really thought that it would get in touch with you, because I didn't receive anything, and that is starting to make me worry, because if she actually did not take him, then the hearing that we are having on Tuesday, Judge Beecham is probably going to postpone it. My name is Natacha Ciezki. I am a licensed attorney here in Dallas, Texas. So to tell you a little bit or a lot bit about me, I was not born here. I was born in Africa from an African mom, military brat. Dad is originally from Poland, moved to Belgium, so lived in Africa for roughly 5 years, then grew up in Belgium. Did not speak English until 2007, whenever I decided to just pack up my stuff and head to my American dream. I do family law. I have a lot of experience in immigration for obvious reasons, but family law is really something that I was running from when I first started law school, and then I guess that it just caught me back when I finished. I've mentioned multiple times, I'm the child of a really ugly divorce, so I always thought that I couldn't handle it. But it ended up being the opposite, as in I really care for these kids. I really care for these people. I really want them to understand that this is not war. Like, try to get them to get over their emotions, to focus on what's truly important here. This is not, because a lot of people just get into divorce and all of a sudden they just want to make the other person's life miserable. And it's like, y'all got married, so obviously at some point in time y'all loved each other. Well, obviously something had to give, and that's the husband. Well, stressful. I am, like I tell people, I guess that I just wanted it all. I still want it all. So yes, I had husband, kids, multiple careers, now my own business. I think that what has led me to the military, not only because I'm an Army brat, but it's also because I just love to serve people.
I guide my clients through the inner workings of the criminal justice and immigration systems, empowering them with effective advice and customized solutions. Our mission is to provide clients with a unique level of service and legal expertise to protect them from injustice and preserve their dignity, freedom, and pursuit of the American dream. A responsive attorney is an attorney that is always available for his or her client. A call from a client will never go unanswered. Staff will be available for you 24/7, and I guarantee if you call during normal business hours and you need to speak to an attorney, I will call you back within 2 to 4 hours. Same day guarantee.
Set for later this morning at 10 o'clock. And here to lend further perspective on this is Iffy Seals. She is a former Dallas assistant DA and a current criminal defense lawyer. Welcome. Good to see you. Just lend us this further perspective. So first of all, tell us exactly, recap it quickly if you will, who exactly is accusing DA Susan Hawks of this incompetency?
Well, who's actually accusing her is her former chief assistant administrative chief. Now, her name is Cindy Stormer, and she is accusing her essentially of official misconduct and incompetency, which is hindering her from doing her duties as a DA.
So when we talk about misconduct and incompetency, can you be more specific? Exactly what are we talking about?
Well, essentially what they're alleging is that she's done a couple of things, particularly gross carelessness and ignorance of her duties, as well as some financial improprieties that are essentially some things that are pretty scathing and right now causing her to be in this mess that she's in today.
And is this unprecedented in Dallas County? Will everyone, even people not in Dallas County, be watching this case very closely?
I believe so. They're going to wait and see this decision. She's an elected official, and she's also the first female DA. And I think this is a rare provision of the law that's been used. And so they're waiting to see what the judge is going to decide in this case.
Well, there has been a lot of controversy surrounding her.
Yes.
Her lawyers, as we know, filed several court papers yesterday. What is their best defense when they go forward with this? What are they going to say, do you think?
Essentially, right now, what they're saying is that she's already received treatment. She's done what she's needed to do to make herself healthy and whole again. And so they believe that at this time, at no time it's going to affect her duties from here on out.
In your opinion, is that going to be enough? What do you think the chances are that she will actually be suspended from office?
I personally think it's highly likely that
Yes,
that she'll be suspended due to the fact that one of the biggest scathing arguments is that she had some financial improprieties, particularly asking some of her staffers to do some things that were improper financially. And I think that's something that's just going to ring home for that judge and ring home for the people of Dallas County.
All right, Iffy Seals, we certainly thank you for your perspective and sorting this out for us. Thank you. We'll continue to watch that. Once again, Susan Hawks' hearing is scheduled to begin later this morning at 10 a.m. You can stay with News 8 and WFAA.com throughout the day for the very latest details. We'll be following them.
I just came back from Court 8, and I was asking about, I don't know if you recall that one girl that I'm trying to kind of help who got the DWI.
Yeah.
So apparently, because the case was not filed, that was the main reason why I went up there, and I wanted to figure out why she was not filed, because they had another odd date of like December 21st, but nothing happened. But apparently that's when they requested for it to be filed. So they said it's going to be today. So as far as information I've got, that she had .148. So being below .15 is good.
Yeah.
And then they offered the recommendation is $1,000 fine, and then the 120 days. Probation period, and then also all the classes, the DWI, victim impact course, and all that good stuff. So what do you think?
I know jail time would be 180 days, so 120 isn't too bad.
Okay.
If you go with probation, maybe ask for 90 days instead of 120, just lowering that cap, just in case something happens,
Okay.
and she can't keep it up. And, of course, I would ask for a lower fine. But one possibility could be if she were to take her classes ahead of time, maybe she could ask for back time.
Okay.
So that way she won't have to drag this out for a year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but it's good she's below 0.15.
So you did mention though that will still probably have her license suspended.
It's a conviction whether she does jail time or probation.
And so whenever they do that, do they do that like at the front end, the back end? How does that happen? How do you handle that within the 12 months probation?
The license is a pain. Because there's so many little nuances that they have. So if she were to refuse, then it's the license is suspended. She did refuse, right? She gave a breath sample. So, but because that breath sample was over .08, then her license was already suspended from that time of arrest.
Okay.
But it's only, I want to say, 60-day suspension. And then once she pleads, it's going to be suspended again.
Fantastic.
Right.
And probably for what? For another 60 days or so? Or more?
I want to say 6 months. Now, she can apply for an occupational driver's license, which allows her to drive 12 hours a day.
Okay.
And she can kind of set up her own schedule. Of course, she's going to have insurance, because insurance companies don't like you to drive. So make sure she still has insurance and that it's valid.
Right.
And yeah, she'd be able to get an occupational license. So literally just kind of put out her normal schedule.
Yeah, she's a chef, so she's always just, I mean, it's going to be
kind of random.
I don't even know how the 12 hours is going to work out.
It doesn't have to be consecutive.
Oh, so she could actually drive to work, let's say 30 minutes, and then kind of the clock stops, and then
It would be like, someone who has a 9 to 5, right? So it could be like 7 in the morning to 9, and that gives them some leeway.
Okay.
And then, they get off at 5 normally, so 4 to 6 would be, a couple of hours and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Maybe something in the middle, a couple of hours for lunch, so they can drive to lunch the other day. So with her schedule, if most of her stuff is in the afternoon or evening, then she can do so many hours for the evening. That kind of thing. So that's how she can break it up. It doesn't, it's not automatic. She has to report what time she's going to be driving. So if she's stopped, the officers can check if she should be driving during that time.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
So they truly mean it when they say don't drink and drive.
Well, you can drink and you can drive. But yeah, what I try and tell all my clients, man, if you've had anything to drink and an officer asks you, no, you have not had anything to drink. The only thing, they have to tell an officer when they're stopped is just their identification, and that's it. So any other questions, it's, where's my attorney?
Right.
Am I free to leave?
She, from my understanding, she just freaked out. I mean, I have yet to see the police report.
Most people do.
I don't know.
Yeah, and that's what cops prey on.
I'm sure.
I mean, they told one of my friends who was pregnant and didn't have anything to drink, you smell like alcohol. And she was like, no, I don't. I haven't had anything to drink. And I guess he just kind of got tired of her saying no or whatever, and he let her go. So.
Yeah,
But
I have not seen the police report yet. But,
and she's going to have video too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so you'll definitely have to check that. I mean, if you want me to help out on that case, it's no problem.
Yeah, I was just doing it, just to help out. We're not touching those cases ever.
DWIs are not fun. Well, I mean, they can be fun, but there's so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, at this point, I'm really doing it just to help. You know what I mean? I'm getting nothing out of it, so.
Yeah. But that's what I said, if you need me to help.
I would definitely appreciate that. Thank you, Miss Green. I can't even give a straight face.
Whatever, girl.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's all good. I remember the first day, did you have your little glasses and your hair is all in a ponytail and you're all quiet?
More than likely.
Hi, I'm Natacha.
And Iffy threw me at you. No, it was funny. I got up there. Paul Blocker was, you're going to have to beat the name.
Yes.
Paul Blocker was late. And then I quickly realized that he had not found which attorney to put me with.
That's,
And then Iffy was just walking by, and he, between he and I, our conversation, he knew that I was like half African. I played basketball, so of course you're going to put me with Iffy. Exactly. Like, I have somebody to. And then
that's the black girl who plays basketball.
Right. So you put me with Iffy, and then Iffy and I, basically we just got on the elevator, and then I just saw the light bulb come on, and then she was like, well, I have somebody to introduce you to, and she just threw me at you. It was just like, hey Naomi, do you want an intern? And then you looked at her like so skeptical, but like, there's something shady about the situation.
Because interns, man, are hard. You were my last one. I didn't take any after you. I was like, I'm done.
It is a lot of
interns are very hard.
It is a lot
because
of work.
Yeah, because we have to prepare work for you, and it's like I already got enough work to do.
Yeah.
And the one before you, was Eddie before you? I think Eddie was.
Eddie? I do
Applebaum.
remember I don't remember his name, the one that got hired. Oh,
He was a piece
it
of work.
Yeah.
Oh my
he
God.
was before me.
Nobody in the office liked him. And we would argue like all day because he thought he knew more than me. And finally I was like, I'm done with you. Bye. Like, I have no more use for you at all. And so the mention of intern, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you were chill.
It was great experience that I got here. Actually, I met that couple. Wife is a managing attorney. She has her own law firm. Her and her husband, I guess that they run the law firm, but he's not an attorney. So he does like the marketing side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they were looking at my resume at some point, and then they talked about my experience at the public defender's office because I was here for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And it overlaps with my time in law school. And then at some point she was like, well, what did you do there? And then he turned around, looked at her and was like, well, come on, she was just an intern. Like, how much can she really do over there? I was like, hold up now. First of all,
You did a lot because I was like, do this.
first of all, you are not even an attorney, so how do you even know what's going on in there? Your wife does immigration. She has no clue of what's going on in that court. I was a little bit offended.
You know, it's funny because a lot of people just think PDs are just the bottom of the barrel and couldn't get another job.
Always.
And it's like, we had some really high caliber people in the PD's office.
Well,
I mean,
first
top tier schools all over the country, not just Dallas.
You can't work there if you have not worked a year. Prior,
Yeah,
you have to have a
you
year
have to
under
have
your
a year's
belt.
worth of
So it's not like a
experience.
DA where you can just
Mhm.
hop in.
Yeah.
It's, to me, it's a well-paid job. It's not well-paid in comparison to the amount of work,
Right.
but it's a good pay when, you know, you are
It's
a
decent.
year in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's decent. But I mean, you know, there were people from Duke and Cornell and God, there was all kinds of.
Tommy is from Marquette.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he went straight to the DA's office
Yeah,
because
he
they
did.
took him straight out of school.
They like when I was.
And then he switched over.
Yeah, he got stuck.
He had a master plan.
He still does. It's not complete.
I can see that now.
Yeah,
I didn't know
I
back
like
then.
Tommy. Yeah, his
Yeah.
girlfriend and I actually, we've known each other since 2010, 2011.
Really?
Yeah, and I just see on Facebook, and I'm like, wait, hold on.
I know
Wait,
you.
hold up.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, she's a good lawyer. She does immigration too.
Oh, she's an attorney as well?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so today I had a couple of people in jail, a couple of clients. One was charged with possession of marijuana, didn't really have that much of a history. From what we can tell, there were no prior convictions. He was mentally ill. He's diagnosed with bipolar and schizophrenia. They did find marijuana during a search. Because of his background, what I wanted to do for him, instead of just giving him a conviction, putting him in the cycle of the judicial system, I asked for the DAs to offer what's called a Class C reduction, which basically means the charge is reduced to the level of a ticket. And I asked for him to place my client on deferred probation. And that kind of probation, all he has to do is just not get arrested. And it wouldn't be a conviction on his record. So it would save his record a little bit. And in the state of Texas, a drug conviction suspends your license, so it would save his driver's license as well. So hopefully, he did have some tickets he had to deal with, but hopefully he'll get out of jail today. And he'll be able to move on and not have to worry about his license being suspended. Another client I had was a female, and in court, the females are treated a little differently. They're protected, and so they can't be brought up at the same time as male clients in jail. So I had to wait a little while to even see her, and it's kind of odd because she's actually placed in open court. So your attorney-client privilege always comes into question because your discussion is in open court. Judge can hear you, bailiff can hear you, other attorneys can hear you, other people can hear you. So it's very difficult to try and maintain a trust and rapport with the female jail client. But she was also mentally ill, bipolar, and depression. She was charged with shoplifting, and she believes it was just a misunderstanding. But she did have a criminal history, and that's really what hurt her. So if we were to try and go to trial, and I explained to her, intent would be a huge deal, and basically a jury would have to decide, okay, did she really intend to do that or not? And with the history, which it would come in, jurors would probably be more inclined to believe that she did have the intent. So the offer that I received for her from the DAs was time served, which basically means the number of days that she already spent in jail would be enough. She would be released today. It is a conviction on her record, which I hate, but there was really nothing else I could do to prevent that. And theft in the state of Texas is something that's enhanceable. So although this was a misdemeanor, if she were to pick up a couple more, she would be looking at a felony. Years ago, I had a client who took a pack of batteries, but because he had so many prior thefts, he was looking at 2 years state jail. So once I explained that to her, hopefully, she'll stay with her mental health treatment, not have a lapse in judgment anymore, and we won't have to worry about her becoming a future client.
So I just hung up the phone with a client of mine who he's going through a really, really hard time, and I get it and I understand it. But, my job is to weed through all the emotions and do what I have to do to make sure that your case is handled and represented properly in court. And I think sometimes it can be a little stressful for me to have to not tell them to stop talking, but to get them to understand what's important. And all the details aren't always so important. And I know you want to tell me, and I want to hear it, but...
Wait.
Oh. Hi, I'm Heather Nicole Johnson. I've been a practicing attorney in Texas for, it'll be 3 years, in May. Yeah, in May. And, this is my second time living in Dallas. The first time I lived here, I was in the corporate world and, working for the man. And now I'm back and I am my own boss and I love it. But it doesn't stop here. So obviously, I'm just kind of taking my baby steps to get where I'm destined to go next. And I'm excited about 2016 and being a part of this whole, entire opportunity. So lawyering is fun, but, you gotta explore other options. So I'm excited.
What does it mean to be an esquire of Dallas?
To me, it means that you are the voice of the people here, and not just everybody's voice, but for the people who trust you to be their voice, the people who come and find you because they want you to be their voice. And it's so humbling, and to know that strangers can put that much trust in you and helping them resolve situations in their lives. It's really, really complimentary, it's flattering, and it's extremely, extremely humbling. And I think that's what it means to be an Esquire of Dallas.
Why should they pick you out of all those thousands that are out there?
Well, for one thing, if I'm going to be completely honest, I think that Black women deserve another chance on reality TV because we are doing way more things than fussing and fighting and dancing and doing all these other things you see a lot of us being depicted as doing on TV. And I think this is like a fresh show where you have women who are balancing their careers and their personal lives, and all of our stories are so different. We're all so different, and I think that America needs to see that. Michelle, there's a lot of little mini Michelle Obamas walking around here, and I'm proud to know a lot of them myself. So I think that our show would be a breath of fresh air for America, for Black women, we deserve to see each other like this.
So why Dallas, not LA or New York?
Well, to be quite honest with you, I don't live there, so I don't care. That's why I'm not there. That's why we should do it here, because I live here. Honestly, you know, Dallas is kind of that really eclectic place. It meets east meets west, south meets north. It's like right in the middle, and it's not as you know, conservative as you would imagine it to be, nor is it as liberal as you would think either. So I think it's a very healthy balance of diversity here. That's what I've always loved about this city, and I think that, you know, showcasing women who are working and balancing careers and families in this very city is even more, you know, amazing to watch.
How do you describe your personality?
Ooh, that's such a loaded question. I would say that I am extremely sensitive. I know, hard to imagine. Very sensitive. But because I'm so sensitive, I have an extremely guarded disposition, and I have a very, like, I think I am probably have the biggest heart of anybody that I know, but that's not always good, because it definitely can be a liability both in love and in work. And my family's been telling me about it for years, but I just can't seem to shake my, you know, compassion for other people and wanting to see and believe everything everybody tells me, because I'm a truth seeker and I give you the truth and I want to see the truth in you, but unfortunately that's not always the case.
So how do you balance love, family, work?
Well, family is gonna always be there, so that's definitely a first. That's at the top of the list. Work, I am learning to pull back. My practice is my baby. I've never ever even imagined being an entrepreneur, and so nor did I desire to be one. And so when this kind of fell into my lap, I was like, oh my God, this is like newborn baby, what do I do? And that's exactly how I treat it, like a baby. But I'm watching my baby grow, and I still know that when things are rough and, you know, those moments I feel discouraged, I have my family to lean on, and they're so supportive of everything that I do. As far as love, haven't been that lucky in it, but as a result, probably within the last 6 to 9 months, I fell in love with someone else, me, and I'm so proud of that now. So excited. Like, that was my, like, that's been my biggest accomplishment today, learning to love myself.
So what would you tell some of the young ladies watching this, being a strong Black woman as a professional?
I would say to them that it's so cliche, but you can do it. I mean, I don't know. It's all in what you want, and it's all in the opportunities are there, the mentors are there, the resources are there, everything is there for you, but you have to use it, and you have to be willing to do the work. A lot of people are not willing to do the work. You know, I have people come up to me all the time, you know, I want to be a lawyer. I'm thinking about going to law school. Well, you haven't even graduated from college. Like, you got to know what things are that you need to do to get where you want to be. It's easy to say that you want to do something. I want to go on tour like Beyonce, but I'm not a singer. I don't have the talent, so I have to know my lane and stay in it and thrive there.
In the Caribbean, and so he came back and he had like the tan and everything. That's like tan. Like, really sunny. But the word exorcism doesn't even pop up in my head. I don't know when I see the movie or a preview. Right. But yeah, I don't know. And
Yeah, so how did you respond to being a part of his life?
well, I know we can't be not in the right that way, nor do I. Okay, so like sometimes I was just wondering, like, if I'm being honest with myself. You probably are. But like I like the therapist.
That's when you know it's really bad.
Oh my god!
What did she ask? Did you say what? Would you consider?
No, Natalie's her name. I love Natalie. But I want her to be proud of me.
You know you're paying her to be proud of you, right?
I want her to be proud of me. When I walk out of there, I want to feel good.
So did you feel good after you lied? What did you say good, Heather? And you were like, yes. My life paid off.
No, I mean, it's just a crazy thing. You know what I'm expecting to happen? I just want, like, this guy, I don't know where he is. I want him to, like, propose tomorrow, and I'll have to do perfect. I wouldn't be even I don't know, it just seems organic. No pun intended. I want him to just
It sounds sincere. At home.
I just want him to propose, and we get married, and then I'll be done. I'll cut him off.
Not gonna happen.
Why?
Not tomorrow.
Hey, Natacha!
I feel like I haven't seen you forever.
Oh, so good to see you.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Same old. Just, you know, the hustle.
Oh, I know. Been there, girl.
And I really wanted to meet with you because, I don't know, okay, so this person, he did not reach out to me directly, it's just through someone I know.
Okay.
And he's needed help with like immigration stuff, but I've never dealt with anything like that, and I feel like he might be better suited to take care of it.
Hit me with it, girl.
Okay,
Are they
so.
paid?
Well, we first figure out if we can help them. So, okay, so the thing was, he was here in the States. He's supposed to tell me what kind of visa or whatever he was on, but basically he got deported whenever that visa expired.
Oh.
However, like the juicy part of it, I guess, is that by asking questions, he's from the Netherlands, he is Dutch, but you know how drugs are illegal over there. You know, smoking weed is nothing over there. But apparently they forced him to sign some type of affidavit here saying that he actually smoked pot. But you know how it's different from one state to another? So he was saying that maybe that's what has been used against him to deport him. So I don't even know where to start. I know there's a lot of research, and I was thinking that maybe you would have time and connections and people to talk to about this, because I have no clue whatsoever.
Sounds like it's related to some kind of felony charge. And that's the only reason that white people will be deported. Because once you have felony, even if it's part of a plea bargain, you are susceptible to get deported.
Right.
So do you want to just go ahead and send it to me?
Yeah, I'm probably just going to forward you like all the stuff that he sent to me, because I
So is
already
he in the Netherlands already?
He is.
Well, he has been deported
Oh,
out
he
of the
has
country.
been, yeah, from
Or he wants to come
Chicago.
back.
He wants to come back because he was saying that. The crazy thing is that he was asking me whether he will be able to come back soon, and I was like, I have no idea because I don't even know really true the reason why he was deported, but they did ask him to go through like some sort of physical and have a blood test and all that stuff before even getting the opportunity to reapply for a visa, which I had never heard of that being done. It sounds weird, doesn't it?
Well, to get a visa, yeah, you do need to get some blood test and do all the testing done. But if he's going through that process, it sounds promising that, well, yeah, it doesn't sound promising because his visa might get denied.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think the best thing to do is kind of subpoena any immigration deportation documents that sent him away, or if he has records of that way I can read through the file and see exactly what the situation is.
Yeah, I haven't really got the chance to like really open all the files that he sent me and read, but I'll forward all that stuff to you. But I'm curious to see what you're going to find in there, because it's just that I don't, you know, I like immigration, but like the easy stuff, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's technical.
It is.
And getting back in might be difficult.
That's what I was thinking.
It might be difficult, but I mean, it all depends on what I see. It could be an appeal process. I don't know whether he wants to go through that route, but definitely I can take a look at it.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
What else is going on with you?
Well, you know. I filed a divorce today.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Nah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. It was a long time coming. Yeah.
You want a hug?
I want it.
Hey, all right.
I know. It is what it is. You know.
Yeah.
We'll see how things go. But,
Maybe we need help with it.
yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I guess that's the good thing about being a family lawyer.
Oh yeah, right up your alley. You're gonna be your own lawyer.
I know.
What the judge will say about that.
I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm not excited about the process, but I'm excited about what is at the end of that. You know, so we'll see.